I'm Mickey Colton.
And I'm Chad Dillon.
And this is the Utica Rallycross Series. Spent July for event number 8 of Season 5 here at the Tel-Aviv Street Circuit. And Chad, I'm excited for this one. This was fun last year.
Yes, the times were really close. It's very technical track. Everything is pretty much down to the wire. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how these drivers will take on this race course. We have 6 rookies in the field, so 6 drivers who have never tackled this course before. Plus, Matt Evans has never run this course either in the number 17, so that could be an interesting thing.
Back in his heyday, he was a really good at street. So, this will be really fun to watch and see if maybe he can come out of his shell, get out of this Black Mamba slump that he's in.
Yep, also, Jeffrey Finguy has never run this course before. He was not racing last year in the Utica Rallycross Series, but he's not considered a rookie because he has enough starts to allocate to that. So it should be a lot of fun. Championship hunt is in a good swing because Tyler Benoit's out front. He's starting to get a little bit of a lead.
Yeah.
All these other drivers are going to have to try and close that lead down. Here's your starting order. Who do you like here?
I like everyone. I said this last time because I love everybody.
I like all these drivers too.
Yeah,
they're all nice people, and I'm glad that they're in the sport.
I'm actually looking for a big thing from Sean Angel. I know he's really early up, but I think he can really master this street circuit, and it's very technical. It's right up his alley.
He did finish last season, however. I'm watching out for Chris Aurelio in the 2. He's usually quite good when you come to these tracks like Hong Kong and of the like. Watch out for some of these drivers going like Stephen Carter did very well here last year. Seth Cole also did well here last year, a second place effort for him. And I mentioned Chris Aurelio, he did finish 4th at this track in the previous season. So a lot of drivers that have a good opportunity to pick up some points today. Let's meet the first driver, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., who once again, unfortunately, is starting quite early on track.
He has a good track record for starting early, though, from last season in Blackpool, but he hasn't really had that much mojo this season, and that's been pretty sad. Yeah,
Big Papa has really not had an authoritative figure to him. He's just been kind of sitting in the background watching all the kids play.
He's kind of given up, let the wife deal with all the problems, and just sit back and relax.
But Zachary Fitzwater Sr. making his way through the course. We went through the early section where you go by the bay and that little jump. That's really one of the few places where you'll get air at this racetrack. Here's the raised highway section, which could be a lot of trouble for these drivers as they go into this hairpin corner.
Hits the wall, but it's actually going to help him swing around that turn pretty smoothly. Not a bad run so far for Fitzwater.
Now here's the double bus stop at the very end of the course. Now this one is very tight.
A little wide.
Similar thing on the front stretch, but these are actually closer together, so you have to be on your toes when you get to them.
It's probably the most troublesome area for most of the drivers at this race, but a 1:2:23. An okay time for Zachary Fitzwater.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to be the top one, though, as last year we got into the 56-second range. Sean Angel on track in the number 5. He finished last season, and that started off a very poor end of the year for him.
But obviously this season is much better for him. That's how I'm hoping.
Oh, a little close to that wall, but he keeps it on the racetrack.
Now, if we see anything close to DNF, so I'm very surprised, because last season there wasn't a single DNF. And this is just a course that is just known for not being very risky. You just want to be really good at driving.
You stay very grounded throughout most of this. There's only 2 sections where you can get air, and that's that jump, and sometimes people have gotten air coming off that highway because they're just going so fast.
Oh, well, they're trying to be ballsy and really try and take the top time. But here's the spot, like I said, is where a lot of people are going to save time. If you can hit it right, which Sean Angel did a pretty good job there, you can shave off a second or 2.
Our censor was giving us a rather concerned look at that last comment, but a 59.131.
What was the comment?
I think he had an issue with ballsy, but...
Oh, sorry.
And I've said it again. But Esteves Cortez on track in the number 13. Esteves has not had the most loud of seasons, but he's been fairly consistent, hanging around the top 10. He's trying to get back into the championship hunt as we get into the last couple of events.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Tyler Benoit's got quite a lead. It's going to be really tough to really catch up. Something big needs to happen this race for things to really make a big switch up.
Yeah, Cortez started off last year pretty well, but kind of fell into a late season slump. Wasn't really a factor last year. And he makes some contact in the hair.
Not a Cortez turn. Oh no.
Oh yeah, Cortez has a hard time with hairpins, and unfortunately that's going to really take a gouge out of his run.
It's one of the hardest ones in the series, but actually able to maintain because the speed was a little slower. He was able to pretty much thread the needle through that section there. Coming to the line here. Not a good time.
Slowest of the day for Esteves Cortez. Hopefully he can find some drivers that have some issues. It's Aiden Di Gabriele in the 16s on track. He's the home track driver once again. He's the world's home track driver, and that's because we don't really have many drivers out of Asia or Africa.
Yeah.
And all of your European drivers tend to be more toward the west. So Aiden Di Gabriele is really the only hometown guy for all these areas of the world. So,
that's what happens when you're very centralized.
yeah, located on an island in the middle of the Mediterranean, I guess helps.
Yeah.
But Aiden Di Gabriele has not had a good season. This is basically his last chance to really pick it up to get back into the title hunt, because everyone currently is mathematically eligible. But some drivers are very close to the threshold, and Di Gabriele is one of them.
So far, Di Gabriele having a pretty good run here. Pretty much tracking a little faster than Sean Angel, probably to get that bonus point in top time. But let's see if he can pull through near the end. And he does! Wow!
That was quite the gain, an entire second over Sean Angel. Di Gabriele to the top of the board. Next up, it's the Black Mamba, Matt Evans. And at number 17, he needs something to happen in the late stages.
I need it. I need that spark from him. I want the mojo back.
Yeah, Matt Evans just has not had a good season, possibly one of his worst on record. Oh, gets a little close to that checkpoint, but he's driving hard right now. He knows this is one of his last chances to really work his way up there.
I think he's been listening to us. I think we're motivating him every single week. He's probably hearing our disappointment.
Now, this slump started all the way back in Season 3. He missed Dead Man's Curve while running for the championship. Ever since then, things have gone downhill for the Black Mamba.
Wow!
Look at that corner. That was amazing. Matt Evans trying to make it so that he doesn't have to go through the qualifier at Dead Man's Curve to make the event. Final couple of corners coming through this section. He is quite quick. Coming to the line. It's the top time in the entire second over Aiden Di Gabriele. He is on top of the board.
Matt Evans!
Perhaps the Black Mamba is back as Chris Aurelio on track in the number 2. This is the driver I said to watch out for because he did quite well here last year. 4th place for Chris Aurelio in Season 4. He's a driver that's been close to the championship, but kind of fell off in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, I know. He was really close battling with Tom Benoit there and Stephen Carter, too. But he is known for comebacks, so hopefully he can get a good run here and in Hong Kong to really get him through, maybe to lock him into championship contention.
Aurelio, one of those drivers on a huge losing streak. He has not won a race since Season 2.
Yeah, I know.
Aurelio's been close, and he's been championship eligible as late as last season, but hasn't been able to get it done.
Well, he went winless in his championship win season, right?
No, he did win in Season 1.
Oh,
he did get a victory, but it was late in the year.
Yeah.
And it came at Hong Kong, which is next on the schedule. Second place for Chris Aurelio, not bad for him. That's just ever so close to Matt Evans' time. I bet Aurelio was thinking about all the places he could have picked up.
But next up is Captain Clutch himself, Ray Davis, going a little early, but let's point out, this is his 40th start in the Rallycross Series.
Yeah, Ray Davis finally hitting the big 4-0 for starts. We're happy to have Davis around. He's been a fairly steadfast person in the Utica Rallycross Series. Missed a couple seasons when his team was going through a bit of a transitional period, but he formed his own team to get some more track time, and now that team's gone, this team's still on track.
The fun thing about Davis, yes, he is Captain Clutch. He makes things interesting near the end of races, but he's also always in championship contention, so he's always that what-if scenario, and he always has a chance to maybe win. Hopefully this year he might be able to break free from it, but he's a little far off.
Yeah, but he has to deal with Dead Man's Curve, a track that he historically struggles at. Ray Davis coming through the final section of the course. 3rd quickest overall, a big gain from last year. He finished 17th last year.
Yeah.
Here's Jeffrey Finguy in the number 14. It's that guy.
Oh, yeah. It's that guy. You know that guy over there? It's that guy.
You think this guy can get it done here today?
I think this guy can get it done.
A little contact with the wall. I'm not too sure about that one.
It's not going to happen when you're going to be that guy. Oh.
And here at this track, you have to be near perfect all around this race course, considering how quick these times can get. You know, we saw Kaytlyn Stringer be the surprise winner last year, and she set a near flawless time. I'm not sure how you can improve on it.
Her run was fantastic. It was probably one of the best runs of Rallycross history, really. I mean, it was fantastic.
Yeah, Stringer, unfortunately, was a one-hit wonder for her. Didn't do too well at Hong Kong and failed to qualify for Dead Man's Curve. Not with us this season, as Dual Motorsports shut down the offseason following Matt Dual's career-ending injury at Dubai. But, so it's a shame for that. We hope he's watching at home as Jeffrey Finguy just stole the top spot in the number 14.
You know, we pretty much thought he wasn't going to get it from the beginning, being that guy, but wow! Finguy coming out of nowhere with a 56. That's almost beating their track record.
Finguy's that guy that surprised just now.
Oh! William Brock going real hard, hitting the wall there. not going to be a good start for him.
You know, we had a lot of hope for William Brock in the beginning of the year. He had some consistent runs early on, but things have just kind of fallen apart for William Brock, and fortunately, that's going to really slow him down today. We didn't get a chance to properly intro him, but one of the rookies.
Well, I'm sorry about William Brock, but let's still point out about Jeffrey Finn guy coming out of nowhere with that top time.
Yeah, hey, you know, if you... I would not have expected Jeffrey Finn guy and Matt Evans to be your top 2 right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I didn't think Di Gabriele would still be in the top 5 either, but William Brock here trying to finish strong after that really rocky start. Coming to the line, not bad, a little slow, but see how he finishes.
I'm not sure this is going to be too good. 58.954. He's already kind of further down the list. I think his title hopes are done.
Now, this is the man you want to look out for. The stuntman Seth Cole. Now, there isn't a lot of fun jumps, but he likes to make things interesting. But last year, he did get second place, maybe hoping to beat out and get that
Seth Cole did a great job last year. He loves coming to this racetrack. He was really excited for this one because he considers Israel second home. He has property over here.
And Seth Cole doing his thing.
Seth Cole, he found a way to make that interesting.
I know. Well, I mean... it's just what he does, man. It's just what he does.
Yeah, Seth Cole, one of those drivers that needs to pick it up because he's not doing too well in the points. He's mired near the bottom. He needs to get back into competition.
He's going fast through this section. Can he hit this turn well? Woo! He does.
Yep, takes that middle line through the corner. Coming down this big straightaway through the double bus stop. Which, this is such a well laid out course. I love coming here.
A little wide there. It might be a little close. See how he does in this final section. Hits that wall. It's going to slow him down.
Oh, not going to be good enough for Seth Cole. It won't be a runner-up this time round as Eugene DeMax in the number 8. Let's see what he can do. He's one of those drivers that's been starting to pick it up the past couple of weeks. He's trying to get into the top 10.
He does need a good finish, though, if he really wants to stay in championship contention. I mean, being the top 10 right now, the points are pretty close if you take Tyler out of the equation.
Yep, as he goes over this jump on the bay. See, this bay jump's a little bit easier than last week's bay jump.
Oh, Dubai. I think they're going to finally make some changes on that track. It was brutal.
We'll have to see. A lot of the real estate owners around there are a little bit stubborn when it comes to working with the track officials.
That's been the hardest part. I think a lot of the drivers want the change, but they just can't make it happen. Oh, wow. Is he still able to cut it through? DeMax having a pretty decent run.
Yep, as he goes down this straightaway here. DeMax taking it to the max as he tries to maximize his points payout.
Yeah.
You think him and Max...
Oh, hit the wall there. DeMax having a good run. That might have killed him for his time.
Ooh, 59.142. That's really going to hurt him. Do you think he and Max Haltman from the Arena Cross Series hang out?
I would love them to.
We'll have to see about that. Here's your most recent winner in the series, Alex Tanker, in the number 12. Won it at Dubai. Similar style of circuit. He's hoping for good luck today.
Alex Tanker having a great season this year. It has been fantastic to watch him come out of his shell.
I've been absolutely floored by Alex Tanker because Alex Tanker, you know, he ran in seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah.
The team ended 5 races short of the
wasn't that good of a driver. He was mid-pack.
Yeah, never really had those big runs. He did fairly well at the street circuits, though, so that explains how he got a win at Dubai, but...
Wow, cut that hairpin really tight. That was really nice by Alex Tanker.
Yeah, this is blisteringly fast. He's on par with Finn Guy. Let's see what he can do.
Hits this turn flawlessly. Hasn't really gone wide in any of them. He's going to the final line. Cuts it in. Can he beat Finn Guy out?
This is beautiful.
And he does!
That's a new track record for Alex Tanker. Smashed that record time. Beat the record by about a tenth.
Can Alex Tanker hold on to that and get his second win in a row?
He still has quite a few drivers to go, but we'll have to see about that one. That was an impressive time for Alex Tanker. I'm not sure where you can pick up. As Mark Holbert on track, who had a very interesting run last week in Dubai.
Oh, another interesting run for him so far now.
Yeah, you know, I gotta give Holbert some credit last week because Holbert felt that Seth Cole's foray with the chain link door was the most impressive run. I still think Mark Holbert had the most impressive run.
Oh, and going ballsy there, trying to pick a grind.
Unfortunately, that's going to be a little too much. He's gonna slow up a bit there, and yeah, Holbert's been giving us some stuff to talk about, but unfortunately, it's not going to be championship topics to talk about.
It's tough. It's tough, especially with this series. But here we go, 59.022. Not going to be a good time for Mark Holbert. Next up is Alexander Rowe. And this rookie has had a pretty tough season.
Yeah, it's been poor finish after poor finish after winning the first race. But, you know, if Kaytlyn Stringer could do it, perhaps Alexander Rowe can get it done as well.
Oh, wait, a little
No,
right.
no.
Oh! Almost had our first DNF on this track, but was able to flip it around.
I guess it's fairly typical with
wow.
Rowe's season. Unfortunately, that's not going to be a good time. I don't think he can recover from this. And
that's the tough part about this track is that if you make one wrong move or one wrong mistake, pretty much your whole run is done, and you're just battling for the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, Alexander Rowe, that's a big shame. You know, this 9 car has just had quite the time in the Utica Rallycross Series. Outside of Mark Holbert's good run with them last year, everyone that's driven this 9 car has struggled.
I would like to point out the rest of this run was really good besides that first
section.
section.
He picked up to a 59.503, which is a lot better than I thought he would do. So, unfortunately, Rowe, a mistake early on, is going to do it in for him today. As Scott Roush is on track in the number 18, he's got a bit of a mission. He saw that Alex Tanker won in the 12. A little bit of a fun fact, the 18 is the only regular season number to never win a points-paying rallycross race.
Really?
So, Scott Roush is trying to be the first. Now, this number has won before with Conrad Wilson. He won the qualifier for Dead Man's Curve, but that is not a points event. Roush wants to get it done for points events.
I mean, Roush has made a name for this car and everything, and for himself, that he's been doing so good as a rookie that I hope more from this driver. But I mean, I'm still rooting for Cody Smart in the battle of the rookies, but I don't think he's going to get it. I think Roush really deserves it this season.
Roush has been pretty on point. He made contact with that wall, which will slow him down a bit, but let's see what this run is at the end. Not quite, just missed the top 5. He's 6th overall.
That's the crazy part about Tel-Aviv is that he did so good, but look at the top 5. Those times are so close and so tough to beat. Even getting the top 5 is just impossible.
It's going to be difficult, but Chris Dodd with the hot bod is going to attempt to do so in the number 1. He's not had a great season as of yet, but 6th place last year is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, I know. It's so. I've seen a lot of drivers come off amazing seasons and then just kind of slump, especially when you get the rookie burst, which he kind of did. I mean, obviously winning the championship as a rookie was incredible enough, but I think the hype just got to him. I think that's what happened.
Yep, and Chris Dodd was his fan base. You know, he made a public address on Twitter, made sure to tell everyone, like, hey, you know, we saw a lot of activity that was a little bit, you know, crossing the line.
He's running really good, though.
The fans respect that. And it looks like Chris Dodd has got some mojo back. That was so close to Alex Tanker's time, but a 155 is still going to be good.
Chris Dodd, just a little bit off, .50 or .050 off Tanker. That's incredible.
So it was that dude versus that guy, second and third.
Now here is another driver that needs a good finish, especially with Tanker and pretty much like those kind of drivers. I mean, really, Tanker is the only one that is crucial in this situation, doing well.
Yeah, Tyler Benoit is the points leader going in. Stephen Carter is second in points. He's coming up as the last car on track, so he's gonna have to sweat that one out.
Yeah.
But Tyler Benoit needs a good run today to keep that points lead. But if he steps up at all or misses his marks, you know, that could be detrimental here.
Yeah, so far having a pretty flawless run, hasn't really made any
Quite
big
good.
mistakes. Coming to the final line, can he make it into the top 5?
He could be tracking close.
Oh, he does.
Oh,
third place.
56.328, just a couple of tenths off the top time. As Robert Piet on track in car number 6, the Flying Dutchman up later this time. So
yeah.
I think he's happy about that.
I mean, it's been sad because Robert Piet last season had such a great year. Was in championship contention, and this year he just kind of dropped off, went to his comfort zone of the 12th, 11th place, and I just want more things from him. You know, I just think he can be such a great driver. I just think he needs a little more motivation.
Especially since fellow businessman racer Max Holtman's been making a lot of noise in the Arena Cross Series.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the Arena Cross Series will be airing this next weekend.
Oh, Robert Piet hitting that hairpin beautifully.
Yeah, Piet getting through there pretty good. He's got a good time. Let's see what he can do. Can he potentially get a victory today? He's not yet won in the Utica Rallycross Series.
Oh, no!
Contact late, and that's going to hurt his time.
No.
Just missed the top 5. Man, if he had hit that, who knows what he could have gotten.
Oh, I know. He probably have easily been in the top 5 for sure.
All right, 2 drivers left. Here is Cody Smart in the number 20. He's going to have to drive smart today, because this is a very technical course.
Yes, he's hoping to... Even if he not gets the win, he's hoping to beat out Scott Roush, and it's always been fun. Those two have been literally right next to each other.
Smart hit. Smart hit the checkpoint. You okay there, Chad?
I've been getting more heart attacks on this racetrack at Tel Aviv than others, so I don't know what's going on today.
Yeah, we're losing it up here in the booth. I think Cody Smart, you just have to really give these drivers credit, to make contact like that and to keep driving like he is right now.
He hit the wall there again, but it actually helped him in the hairpin. He's able to swoop right around.
Yeah, he's tracking fairly well. I don't know if he's got a lucky rabbit's foot on him or what, because that...
Oh, hit the wall there. I think something's going on. He's probably just screwed over with his head right now, but a 57.832, that's not going to beat out Scott Roush. It's just going to miss it.
In fact, it's right next to him.
Carter, no.
Carter's the last car on track, but he's already made some contact with the wall, and I don't think Todd Benoit has to worry too much.
I mean, especially Todd Benoit.
Something's wrong with this car. Something is definitely off with the number 4 machine. If Stephen Carter, who did so well here last year, got a top 5 out of the deal, seems to be having a hard time handling this thing.
People are probably so frustrated, though, the fact that Todd Benoit still made it into the top 3 right now. Because you're not going to gain any ground. I mean, he's been at least in the top 5 for the last couple races. It's been so hard to really gain any ground.
Man, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. This thing is really having a hard time steering. I wonder if there was something wrong with... Did the mechanics do something wrong?
I mean,
it
hit that first wall. It might have just really hit something in one of the tires. Or
I'm not sure if this is... he's hitting everything. It looks like he's fighting it. This is
going to be one of the slowest runs of the day.
That's a shame for Stephen Carter. He needed to do well here today. But Alex Tanker is going to come out of Tel Aviv a winner. He wins 2 races in a row. This is the first time since Mark Holbert to win 2 in a row in a season. Mark Holbert did it last year.
And it's Alex Tanker.
It's Alex Tanker. That's going to definitely help him in the championship. Chris Dodd, second place. He's gotten out of his slump. Tyler Benoit, third. Yeah. Jeffrey Finguy and Matt Evans, your top 5. Tel Aviv does crazy things.
Then you got Chris Aurelio, Robert Piet also having good finishes. Ray Davis, a pretty good run for him. And then Scott Roush and Cody Smart, those battling.
You can't keep those 2 away from each other.
I know. Look how close their times are. It's great.
They're joined at the hip, those 2. I can't wait to see them in Dead Man's Curve. That should be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Aiden Di Gabriele, 11th place, was hoping for a top 10, but not too bad for him. Seth Cole, not what he hoped for his one of his favorite tracks. William Brock, 13th, despite the issues. Mark Colbert had some issues, and Sean Angel just can't seem to get it to work here at Tel Aviv.
He would do well, but man. Then Eugene DeMax, not doing so good either. Stephen Carter, that's going to kill him in the point standing. Alexander Rowe, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., and Esteves Cortez in last place.
Just to show you that these times have picked up, Zachary Fitzwater and Esteves Cortez, the only 2 to not break a minute.
Yeah.
Last year we had quite a few that were in the minute mark, so these drivers are getting better and better each year.
Every season, yeah. I mean, we get track records being broken every single year, so...
Very impressive. Let's take a look at the point standings. And Tyler Benoit has quite the lead over Alex Tanker. Not many drivers gained on him. Ray Davis is 3rd in points. He's still in striking distance, but everyone else is over a race back. Yeah. So they're going to have to really pick it up in Hong Kong next week. Scott Roush, currently your highest placing rookie in 4th. Stephen Carter, 5th.
That dropped him out a lot. Then you got Chris Aurelio, Sean Angel. It's pretty good season still for those 2, even though they had a rough run today. Followed by Chris Dodd, Cody Smart, and Esteves Cortez, just inching towards the top 10.
Eugene DeMax is the last driver mathematically eligible, but he has to win the next 2 weeks, with Tyler Benoit finishing last. Robert Piet and back, they're all eliminated from championship contention. Piet, Fitzwater, Holbert, Finguy, Evans, Cole, Brock, Di Gabriele, and Rowe rounds out the top 20. But all of these drivers still have a chance to work their way into the top 10, which is crucial for locking yourself in for a spot next season.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the tough battle there. For a lot of the drivers, they're hoping to make their breakout season next season. They want to really guarantee themselves into that spot.
Unfortunately, those 9 drivers know that they have to qualify their way into Dead Man's Curve. But before we get there, next week we're going to the Hong Kong Street Circuit and talk about a wild card.
Yes, every single year the point standings could either just make or break any of the drivers. I mean, Tyler Benoit could crash and burn on that jump, and Alex Tanker can thrive. You never know.
Tanker had his best finish there before we got to this season. So we hope that you join us there. It should be a lot of fun. And we thank you all for watching this race of the Utica Rallycross Series. We'll see you next time.